Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are taking a massive, comprehensive list of the top 50 travel destinations across the US and, well, trying to make some sense of it. We're distilling all of that into a structured blueprint to figure out exactly what makes the cut.
Okay, let's dive into this. 50 incredible destinations spread across a vast country. I mean, that is a staggering amount of source material to unpack, right? It literally represents a lifetime of potential travel.
So to make this information genuinely useful and actionable for you, we've organized this overwhelming list into 4 distinct travel vibes. We're talking natural wonders, urban centers, coastal escapes, and historic hubs. By breaking it down this way, you can completely bypass the overwhelm and plan the perfect trip based exactly on what you're into.
Section 1. The vast American landscape.
Just think about the sheer scale for a second. The United States is only marginally smaller than the entire continent of Europe. Because of this massive footprint, this single country houses an incredibly diverse array of landscapes. You can literally travel from pristine tropical islands to relentless sweeping deserts without ever crossing a national border.
Section 2. Jaw-dropping national parks.
And this brilliantly illustrates the extreme geographical contrast found inside the U.S. park system. It is absolutely staggering. On one hand, you have Olympic National Park in Washington state, featuring dense, soggy rainforests and the highest rainfall in the mainland USA. But then, on the exact opposite end of the spectrum, you've got Death Valley in California. It's a relentless Mojave Desert environment that is officially the lowest and driest place in all of North America.
Beyond those extremes, we have the towering centerpieces of the American wilderness. You've got Yellowstone, established way back in 1872, famed for Old Faithful and that brilliantly colored Grand Prismatic Spring. There's Yosemite with the massive granite cliffs of El Capitan. Way up in Alaska, Denali towers at an awe-inspiring 6,190 meters, where grizzly bears freely roam. And then there's Zion in Utah. Now, unlike most parks where you look down from a rim, at Zion you actually walk right along the canyon floor, looking up at these magnificent monoliths.
The physical scale of these natural and man-made monuments is, well, it's almost hard to process. Imagine Niagara Falls, where 6 million cubic feet of water blasts over the ridge every single second. Picture Mount Rushmore, where the faces of revered presidents are carved 18 meters high into solid rock. Down in New Mexico, Carlsbad Caverns features an underground drop so incredibly deep, you actually have to take an elevator the equivalent height of the Empire State Building just to reach the bottom. Oh, and in Utah, Arches National Park holds a concentration of over 2,000 natural sandstone arches. Just mind-blowing.
Section 3. Historic hubs and music.
Let's walk through this timeline of early settlement and revolution, because the history here is dense and so fascinating. In 1565, St. Augustine was founded in Florida by Spanish explorers, making it the oldest continuously occupied European settlement in the U.S. In the 1580s, the Roanoke Lost Colony vanished without a trace in the Outer Banks. Such a mystery. By 1610, Santa Fe had established its beautiful, enduring Pueblo architecture. And jumping ahead to 1776, the Declaration of Independence was signed in Philadelphia, forever linking the city to the famous Liberty Bell.
You know, history breeds culture, and that culture is perhaps best experienced in these vibrant music capitals. Nashville offers the unrivaled revelry of the honky-tonk highway. Austin proudly holds the title of the live music capital of the country. Down south, New Orleans offers a highly distinctive, energetic blend of jazz and Creole culture, and Chicago provides the deep historical roots of jazz, blues, and house music. Exploring these cities isn't just your standard sightseeing, it is a high-energy, late-night travel experience.
Now, what's really interesting here is Austin's famous slogan, "Keep Austin Weird." It perfectly captures the city's youthful, quirky, and, let's be honest, slightly eccentric vibe. Beyond the fantastic music scene, Austin boasts a state capitol building that is famously pink and actually taller than the U.S. Capitol building. Plus, they have this incredible phenomenon where more than 1 million bats fly out from under the Congress Avenue Bridge every single sunset. No way, right?
Section 4. Iconic megacities and culture.
Contrasting these megacities really reveals their unique DNA. New York City is the ultimate dense urban experience with its 5 famous boroughs and the relentless neon energy of Times Square. Los Angeles, the entertainment capital, offers a much more laid-back celebrity culture, spanning from Hollywood all the way to the bohemian neighborhood of Venice Beach. And Chicago, the Windy City, boasts a massive, iconic skyline dominated by the Sears Tower, all sitting right on the majestic shores of Lake Michigan.
Then you have Seattle, famously dubbed the Emerald City,
Its lush, rainy climate gives it that vibrant green moniker, but make no mistake, it is a serious global corporate powerhouse. Seattle is the bustling hub for giants like Boeing, Starbucks, and Amazon, and it's all watched over by the iconic, futuristic 600-foot Space Needle built back in 1962.
But hey, not all major cities are just concrete jungles, right? Some offer hyper-focused, highly specialized travel experiences. Miami sizzles with Latin culture, vibrant nightlife, and those beautiful Art Deco beaches. Las Vegas essentially dropped a massive neon casino empire known as the Strip straight into the Mojave Desert. Washington, D.C. gives you a cosmopolitan capital packed with iconic political monuments stretched along the National Mall. And Orlando? Well, that's the unrivaled epicenter of world-famous theme parks, making magic a reality at places like Walt Disney World.
Let's move on and see how this builds into Section 5, Coastal Escapes and Islands.
The sheer variety of the American coastline is truly spectacular. Over in the Pacific, you can immerse yourself in the Polynesian culture and pristine tropical beaches of Hawaii. Or you can drive the 70 miles of rugged, rocky coast and towering redwoods in Big Sur, California. Jumping over to the Atlantic, Cape Cod offers these historic, artistic maritime vibes with its cranberry bogs and iconic lighthouses. And then, bouncing back over to the Pacific Northwest in Oregon, Cannon Beach stuns visitors with a massive 235-foot haystack rock jutting right out of the sand, providing a spectacular nesting ground for seabirds.
And then there's this staggering number, 1,700. That is the actual number of coral keys that make up the beautiful Florida Keys archipelago. Strung out to the south of the Sunshine State and connected by the famous Overseas Highway, it's a vast network of sunny climes, tropical beauty, and just endless recreational opportunities. If you want to step back in time, the U.S. offers some wonderfully unique, historic getaways. Take Mackinac Island in Michigan, for example. It sits right on Lake Huron and remains famously car-free. You literally have to explore its Victorian-era architecture by horse-drawn carriage or bicycle. Or consider Bar Harbor in Maine, a lively, historic seaside town that serves as the incredibly scenic gateway to the wilderness of Acadia National Park.
Okay, we've covered 49 locations. Now for Section 6, the ultimate bucket list destination. So, the crucial point is, while it isn't technically the deepest or the longest canyon globally, its sheer, unmatched scale and breathtakingly colorful landscape in northern Arizona are exactly what earns the Grand Canyon the undisputed #1 spot. It is an overwhelming natural wonder, carved meticulously by the Colorado River over millions and millions of years. If you want to tackle this marvel safely, here is your blueprint. You can seek out the peer-over-the-edge viewpoints, book a helicopter flight to truly grasp its immensity from above, or, if you are ready for a serious trek, take on the famous Rim-to-Rim Trail. But remember, this is your biggest takeaway. It is an unrelenting desert climate. Packing plenty of water is an absolute must. We've distilled this massive ultimate bucket list down to its absolute core. You now have the blueprint. With 50 incredible, wonderfully diverse destinations spread across a vast continent, the only question left for you is, where will your American adventure begin?